Hey guys, so we are just going to wait a few minutes and see if anyone else decides to come get on. All right, so Mindy's on. So hello, Mindy. I don't know if you see the blue little box in the upper left-hand corner, but you can go up there and click that, and then the chat box comes up. So we're going to wait a few more minutes to wait for some more people to get on. I don't know why everybody is coming on. Hello, Bob.
Hi, Bob.
I don't know. Okay, so I don't know why everybody's coming in as presenters, so I must have screwed something up when I did that. So I'm going to eject you off the board, but I hope it doesn't kick you out. So if it does, just come back. So I'm going to do Barb. Are you sure? Yes. Oh, no, I didn't want to do that. Group chat. So, crap. Show and broadcast.
Mommy.
Thank you. Hopefully Barb comes back and I didn't like ban her.
Mommy. Mommy. Mom. Book. Mommy. Mommy. Book. Mama. Mommy.
Hey, you're gonna have to go play. No. You gotta be quiet. You gotta be quiet, like a good boy. No, you cannot draw on that. Now you're gonna go in the other room. Let's see what happened with Barb. It's gonna let her come back.
No, Mom.
It says she's not allowed to join.
Mommy.
So, team chat. Ah, crap.
Mommy.
Yeah, let's see.
Stop. Fight. Mommy. Mommy. Mommy.
I'm gonna go put him to play, and I'll be right back. And hopefully some more people can get in. Do your live. Okay, cool. I'll be right back. So some people are able to see. So I will be right back. Come on. Oh, someone's coming on.
It's Kayla's team meeting. You're lucky I don't skin you. Go on.
It's time for us to get some treats. I want to learn. Did you say? Jesus is cake.
No, Chloe.
Then rolls over. And for the finale, Butterball sticks in your drink. Play sorry.
All right. So for some reason, people are coming in and it's like they are presenting. Some people are able to see. Let's see. Barb, get back on. All right, so let's hope people are getting on. So I see that there are a couple people in here. And okay, Barb's back on. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We are a couple minutes out. Go play. You want me to get your daddy? Go outside with daddy. Okay, so hopefully my son lets me do this because he's not very cooperative usually. First I'm going to start off by, I'm sorry. If you don't get out of here, I'm going to beat you here to Mexico.
Can I go to outside?
Yes. Sorry that we are off track. We usually have these the first of the month, the first Tuesday of the month, and because I was out of town, we are doing it the second. So I apologize for that. It's a little inconsistent, but for good reasons. So I decided that I'm going to start doing these meetings or team chats that we've been doing a little bit different, where we are going to talk about promotions from the month before. So a couple promotions that we had a couple certified consultants that promoted, or essential that promoted to certified. So we had Jessica Crawford, Carla Dickey, Haley Thomas, Rhiannon Pesic, and I don't know if I'm saying that right, so I apologize, and Christine Jackett, or Jackett. I'm not sure, so I apologize because I probably totally ruined that. And then we had some recruiters last month. So shout out to Leanne, who had 2. Camber had 1 recruit, Barb had 1, Christine had 1, and Audra had 1. We had the top 5 in PRV. Christine again, she had 1,635 in PRV. Jessica Crawford, 1,265. Crystal, 1,200. Missy Tagger, 553. And Camber at 947. So those are just some shout outs. So congratulations to everyone who had a great month last month. Last month was awesome. Boy, you better go outside and get your daddy. So another one that I wanted to kind of point out, and again, these are things that I've not done. I usually just send postcards in the mail, but I thought it would be kind of cool if we talked about it on our team chat, is sensational start earners. So last month we had 2 sensational start earners, Jessica Crawford and Christine. So those 2 are both rocking their business. Go. Go play. Go outside with Daddy. Daddy's outside. We had 2 sensational start earners, Jessica and Christine. So congratulations to everybody. We had a really fantastic month. As a group, it was our best month yet. And so I'm really excited for October. I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. It is so far. We're doing very, very well. So tonight what I've prepared for us is talking about follow-up. So what I've learned is so many times people they don't follow up, and what happens is those people go to different fairs and shows, especially right now at the holidays, so everybody's going to different events and fundraisers and all of these different things, and they aren't going to their consultant, who is you, because they're going to those shows and they're needing a light bulb, or they're just needing something very simple, but we haven't followed up and gave them that service as their consultant to offer that to them. So what I want to talk about now, and we're going to use the group chat, or if you don't have a Gmail account and can't log in, you can go on our Team Wickless Fireflies Facebook group, and there is a post where Barb is monitoring that. And we're going to talk about right now, what are some ways that you guys are following up with your customers now? Can you guys hear me? Okay, well, I'm going to go on because nobody is responding. So there are several ways that we can follow up. A lot of people, they have, no, I am in a meeting and you need to be respectful. Go. Yes, goodbye. A lot of ways that people that I hear follow up, that actually follow up, because a lot of people don't even follow up. And, you know, like parties, when I first started, I didn't do a whole lot of follow up, but now I'm very consistent with my follow up and making sure when I have hosts and okay, Steph, I hid you so nobody can see you, so you don't have to leave. But I started being very persistent with, on my order forms, highlighting the different areas that I wanted people to fill out. That way I did have the capability of following up, because especially if you're having basket parties and the host is just writing their name on the order form and isn't putting, you know, an address, phone number, or email, then it was impossible for me to follow up. So I'm always making sure that I'm highlighting that, and I make it a point to tell my host, you know, especially if it's a bag party, to have those fields filled out. After I do the delivery to the host, I call in about a week, and just to make sure that everything's okay, make sure that they like everything, nothing, you know, everything's up to their expectations. And a lot of times they really appreciate just that call, and it kind of just shows that we care. So that's the way I follow up with my bag parties. Now, with my home parties, I know I have that information, and so I do the same thing. With my online orders and like random orders and stuff online, go play.
I want.
Go outside with your daddy. I'm so sorry, guys. I am gonna. Go upstairs to your room. Now, go. Oh, the beauties of 2-year-olds. So when I get online orders and I get just random orders, the way that I follow up with them is I always send them a handwritten thank you note. And I really am really excited about the new feature on our PWS, where when we do have those online orders, we get that email saying it's shipped. So that is going to help me follow up that way too. So that way I know when it's shipped, and then I can kind of keep track of it and call them and just make sure they got everything, nothing's broke, and they're happy, and all of that. Another thing that I think is very important, and it's a good way to follow up, and it's not even really following up, but it's just kind of an extra way to promote yourself, is when you do have customers, either from a home party, basket party, or online, I always try to find them on Facebook, and then I'm always adding them on Facebook to make sure that when I post anything Cincy related, they're going to see that. And so I'm indirectly always advertising to them. So that is really good to do that. Another thing, and this is something that I don't remember who told me about this, but I started doing it this week. I learned it at boot camp, and it was some girl, and I don't remember who it was, so I'm so sorry if you're watching this call and you told me this. But she told me that she spends 30 minutes a day, like, on Facebook. You know, we have to be intentional with our time on Facebook because sometimes we do get lost. But she spends 30 minutes of small talk with just random people that she hasn't talked to, just to see how they're doing, and she's very genuine about it. And then, you know, they just kind of like, how are you doing? And you're like, oh, I'm really busy with my Scentsy business and things like that. And then it just kind of plants that seed without trying to sell them something or trying to get them to join your team. So I think that's really good. So for those of you that are on, and if you can't chat, again, you can go on our team page and comment. What are some ways that you could follow up with your customers and make sure that you're standing out to your customers? So just different ideas. Nobody, okay. So Barb says she just implemented Christina's files. So there was a really good video, and I shared that with you, where Christina Stainbrook made a video on her follow-up system. And what she was doing, for those of you that haven't seen that, is she was doing like little. I actually am implementing it too, but I'm not near as advanced as that yet. Become a friend. So here are like my online orders. So I am starting to put those in there. That way I can follow up in a couple of months, because that's what she was saying, is that she was doing like her basket parties and separating them that way, and online orders and basket party, you know, just always saving those receipts from those orders. That way you can always. So Leanne put on our team page is to become their friend. That way you always know how they're doing. So I totally agree with that. I think it's very important in this business to build a very strong relationship, just because when you have that type of relationship, people do business with those they trust and love and care about. And so if you're becoming their friend, then you're going to build that kind of relationship. And you know, like I have a Scentsy customer. She's a very good Scentsy customer, but we have become very good friends, and she fell and broke her hip. And so I went up to her rehab center that she's at, because she just had like a hip replacement and everything. And I just went up there to chit-chat with her and just to kind of be a friend. And when I went up there, she had her niece there, and her great niece. And she's like, oh, this is my Scentsy lady. And I ended up selling a couple buddies. And so it was just really neat. I did not go there for that reason, but it just happened. It just turned into that. So that's a very good thing, too, is become their friend, build that relationship with them.
Mommy! Mommy!
Mm-hmm. So does anybody else have any more ideas?
Mommy! Mama,
Okay.
Mommy!
Okay, go watch it. Go sit on the couch.
I should be dog.
All right, let me check the Facebook page one more time. All right. So another thing, especially right now when we're in our busy season, I think we do have a lot of different customers, and especially with referrals and things like that, that we have to do things to stand out. And so I try, and I do this with every order, and it doesn't matter what season we're in, or if it's the slow season or the fast season, I'm always doing things. But when I do my orders, I make sure I package them very, very cute, or at least I like to think that they're cute. So like here's some right here. So like I got this out for you guys. So like I go to like the dollar stores and the Dollar Trees, or even Walmart and Hobby Lobby and things like that, and buy really cute ribbons and make sure that they look, you know, super cute. And I almost want it to be like a present. So when people get it, they're like, oh my goodness, it's so cute and it's so pretty. And then I always make sure I have a personalized note in there. And I have started doing a lot of, so I go to Walmart.com, or you can use Vistaprint, but I personally, I like to use Walmart just because it's cheaper and it's right down the road. But I'll print a picture, and then, so like I just got these for you guys. And some of you may have already even gotten them, but I got like these little pictures. They're postcard, or they're meant to be postcards. But I'll do like a picture of my family and put thank you for your order. You know, we appreciate you, things like that. And then on the back, you know, it is, oh, you can't really see it, but there's that little Fujifilm or whatever watermark on the back. But I just use a permanent marker and I write on it and just make it personal and tell them that I appreciate them and I hope that they really love their new Day of the Dead warmer or something like that, so they know that I'm actually invested and I know what they're ordering and I take, you know, I'm conscious of that. So that is a good way, you know, to create loyalty from your customers, I think, because they appreciate those little things and they appreciate that you appreciate them.
Mommy, alright.
What'd you do to it?
I don't want.
Here, go. Go in there with your sissy. Go.
But.
Go. So someone posted on the team page. Let's see what it is. So Chauncey says, relationships and great customer service. I have a regular customer whose own sister sells Scentsy, but she never places the orders timely, and she doesn't separate or bag the orders from her party. She had a party with me and said, that was fast, and you separate the orders, ? I'm going to start ordering from you from now on. Okay. Okay, so Mindy, I'm going to answer that because that's quick. When you're at a party and they write a check, they write that out to you, and then you cash it and use your debit or credit card to do that. We don't send checks to Scentsy. Okay, so let me check the Q&A box on here, and that's where some questions are. All right, so delete. So some of you are using the Q&A box and nobody's using the chat box, so I don't know why that's not coming up. It's just different. So anybody have any ideas on how we can service our customers better? Yes, I am getting the messages on Google, but I just have to switch back and forth because there's a chat box, and usually we always use the chat box, and now everybody's using the Q&A box. So I'm just switching back and forth, but yes, I did get those. So this is kind of off topic, but nobody's really got any suggestions right at the moment. So Chauncey says, can we role play how you approach a stranger and end up giving a sample or product list? Why don't you have your sissy do this?
But sissy.
There. Go in there with your sissy. You need to go. Go. Yes, you have Mandy. Go. Go. Shoo. Go play. Okay. So a lot of times I'm adding them from the group. Okay, cool. So I don't know. I just added that. So when I am out somewhere and I approach a stranger, I don't give anything to just random people. Like, I'm not like, hey, here's this, here's this, here's that. I'm always branded, and I always have Scentsy stuff on. And a lot of times people will just make like like little comments, like if I'm at the store or something, they're like, oh, Scentsy, is that candle business or whatever, or hey, what's Scentsy or whatever, and then I talk about it that way. But I don't just go up to random people and like, hey, you want a sample, or anything like that. But what I will do is, like, if we are at like a restaurant, a gas station, or a store, or something like that. Okay, I'll read that after I finish this. So if we're at those places and somebody there like stands out to me, whether it's the cashier or the waitress because they have really good customer service, I'll be like, you know, hey, you have really great customer service. I always start out with some type of compliment, and it's a genuine compliment. Like, I don't just go up to random people and say nice stuff just to try and turn it and make it benefit me. Like, it's usually a really genuine comment. You know, you had great customer service, and you are exactly the type of person that I would want on my team with my business. And, you know, just good job. Like, I really appreciate that. Now, when I left it open like that, I didn't tell them what I did or what team for my business it was, but it's only going to be polite of them to say, well, what kind of business do you do? And that's when you're like, oh, Cincy, have you ever heard of it? Things like that. And they're like, oh, yeah, I love that stuff. Oh, great. Here's a sample. I would love for you to have a sample. And I don't give out catalogs because they're too expensive. So I usually have the Warmer of the Month attached with a sample. And I don't think I have any more postcards. But I made the harvest flyer, not a harvest flyer, but a harvest postcard where it had like all the different warmers on it. And then I have it stapled together, like I staple everything together. And then, like, if I run out for that month, then I will trifold a product list because I don't like giving them out. And so this is folded in trifolds, and then I'll staple a sample here. And the reason why I staple the I keep saying sample today, staple and sample together. So, but I staple a sample here, and the reason why I do that is because if I just gave them this, or I just gave them a catalog, or I just gave them some type of brochure, it's paper and we're human, so we're going to take it because we're not going to be rude. But then it's going to go in our bag, and then we're going to take it home, and it's going to go on the counter, and then our husband's going to put it in the basket with all our magazines, and then we're going to clean it out once every month or 2 months or 3 months, and we're going to throw it away, and it's just not going to mean anything. But if I have that sample on there, it's going to stand out, it's going to smell good, and they're more likely to actually look at it. Move, please. 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 If I have to get up, you're not going to be happy. So that's what I do as far as approaching different people, and I always do samples. I always have samples in my bag because I just think it's, go in there, sissy, move. Hey, go get your chair. Okay, so the next question that's on here, send cards for all the holidays is a nice gesture with no mention of Cincy. Like, so Chauncey says another way, I think this is going towards how we can serve our customers, and that is to send cards on holidays just to be nice and not really mention Cincy, but just to do it to be nice, which is a very good idea. Now, me personally, unless they're like a good friend, I don't know their birthday unless I see it on Facebook, and then it's too late. But that is a very good idea. All right. So, if there are no other questions, we will go on. Let's check the team page. Barb's usually right on top of that, and I don't see anything, so I think we are good. So the next part, that's really all I have as far as following up. There is, in our training center, I found this document just to talk about different ways to serve your customers. And a lot of it we've already talked about, but something that Cincy does for us that is really nice is they send out that newsletter. So it is really important that you have your customers' information with their emails and your contacts on your workstation. That way they're getting that newsletter every single month, and that is a good way to follow up without actually having to do the administrative work other than inputting their information. Right now, we have the Bring Back My Bar. I think that's still going on. Barb, is that still going on? So I think Barb said this. This, I think, is about serving and following up. If you are their friend and they have a new baby, you can send them a card and a newborn nursery scent circle. So I really like that, just because I never even thought of that, but that's really a good idea. But Bring Back My Bar, so those people that have favorites that are discontinued, I think it's a really good idea to kind of just mention and let them know that Bring Back My Bar is available to vote for, and it is until the 15th. Thank you, ladies. So that's a really good way to, that's another way that you can kind of service them if you let them know that you know what their scents are. And some people save all their order forms and like check them periodically. There's different ways that people do that. You know, some use like index cards and kind of write those down. But just letting them know that Bring Back My Bar is here for voting until the 15th. And just letting them know that they can go out there and vote and hope that their favorite bar comes back. So, and then when the Bring Back My Bar list is released, when we know which ones are coming back, if it's one of their favorites, it's a very good idea to follow up with them with that and let them know that their favorite bar is available. Please stop, Gracie. You are 6 years old. Thank you. I don't care. So another thing for promotional and kind of serving. So Barb says, Scentsy Groom product sample kits are sold out. Print Scentsy Groom product sample kits are sold out and unavailable to order. Scentsy Groom product samples are sold out in the U.S. and Canada. We are working. Okay, so that was just kind of informational. So another way to follow up, I always have a hot list, or well, I don't call it a hot list, I'm going to be honest here. I call it a hit list. And this is a list that I'm always keeping of when someone tells me that they are even interested in joining, or even if I think there's a possibility that they may be interested in joining. And for those of you that said I made you join when we had that discussion on our team Facebook page, it wasn't that I made you. Will you please leave that alone? Don't touch it. Don't touch it. It wasn't that I made you, it was just the fact that I knew you were genuinely interested in some type of keyword that you gave me, whether you were like asking me questions or just you were buying a lot. Then those are different ways that I kind of keep track of my hit list. So it is a good idea for following up with those customers in like the join in June and January. And those times when we have transition and you get both sets of testers and both catalogs. So I think that is a really good idea for following up with them on that as well. Please move, because you're about this close from me getting up and laying a hot tamale on you. Another good way to follow up is, so this is kind of bad, but it is true. So when we go on incentive trips and we're posting pictures on Facebook and all these people are like, oh, I'm so jealous, you're so lucky, I want to be there, or I wish I was there, or I wish I could afford to go on trips like that, and this, that, and the other. That is a good way to say, to have that conversation with them and say, hey, you know, you can do this too. And there are a couple ladies on this call right now that have earned trips. Like, it's not just for people that signed up in the beginning. I mean, anybody can earn a trip. It does take consistency and it is hard work. They're not going to just give away a couple $1,000 trip away for free to everybody. They can't do that. You have to earn it. But it is totally attainable. So I keep a list of those people that really want to travel, and I have that conversation with them. If, you know, I always, when I'm having recruiting conversations, I find a way that it's going to benefit them. So if they like to travel, hey, Jane, you know, we're getting ready to start our incentive trip qualification period in August, and I think you would be really great, and there's all these promotional points that you can earn in the beginning, and, you know, I'd really love to help you, and I'd really love to have you on my team, and I'd really like to go on these trips with you. You know, have you ever thought about it? Or, you know, things like that. All right, we will talk about that in just a minute, Justine, on possible new recruits. I'm going to go beat my children. I will be right back. Go to your room. You are 6 years old. Quit. I'm on a freaking meeting. Go. So the incentive trips are a great way for recruiting. Another new thing is, you know, like on my hit list, when we get new catalogs, I will say, hey, you know, like, this season is going to be awesome. We have a lot of great new products. When the diffusers came out, we, you know, like, I was just, especially those that are like Young Living and doTERRA, and like they love that kind of stuff. I'm like, you know, like, our diffusers are gorgeous, and you can put your oils that you like in there, but they're just very, very pretty. And I've only sold 2 diffusers, so I haven't figured out like the trick on how to sell a bunch of those, but I point out those new things and let people know that we have a lot of new products, and it's not going to be just for wax and warmers. Like, Scentsy is so much bigger than that, and it can be for anybody. So let me see. Okay, so that's really all I have about follow-up. Sorry, my notes look kind of crazy, guys. So let me answer this one. So we have a question, and it is Justine. How do you approach possible new recruits? What wording? So I think we kind of covered this a little bit, but I think everyone is a possible recruit. Every customer is a possible recruit. Every host is a possible recruit. It's just, you have to, honestly, like, the thing that I do, you know, I'm not a huge seller. Like, that's just not my thing. I have average sales of 700 to 1,000. Like, that's my average. Like, I'm not some stellar seller. Oh, that rhymes. I recruit, and I want to work with my team. But with every person, like, I'm constantly have my radar up. But when people say keywords, like, or I find a need, but if they say keywords like, we're getting married, and, you know, things are so expensive, I'm so stressed out, and, you know, blah, blah, blah. So I would go to this girl and say, let's say her name's Brittany, and I'm like, Brittany, you know, I saw your post about, you know, being stressed out and needing money, you know, for the wedding and things like that, and I can totally understand that. And I want to help. And have you ever thought about joining Cincy just to make even a couple extra $100 a month? You know, I don't promise anything as far as how much they were going to make or anything like that, because one, it's out of compliance, but two, you can't do their business. You can't do their business for them. They have to do it. And just like all of you, you guys all have to do your own business. You have to run your business, and I can't do it for you. And another thing, you just always have to make it about them. And I always say, most of you have heard me say to think of the word tiny. It's their interest, not yours. So even when you are desperate for a recruit, like you just want it so bad that you can taste it, feel it, and you're just craving it, don't act desperate. So like if someone is coming to you and asks you questions about the business, or they say, you know what, I'm really interested, and you're like, okay, you know, and they're just like, you know, I just want to make sure it's right for me, blah, 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 blah. I always tell them, well, you know, do your research, figure out, you know, if this is something for you, and let me know. And then I always follow up, and I always send, you know, whether it was I talked to them on the phone, or I talked to them on Facebook, or I talked to them in email, I always send that follow-up and say, hey, you know you were thinking about it, and I don't want to keep bothering you. Like, I cannot tell you guys, and I do this with everybody because it's the only way I get responses, and this is totally honest. When I'm following up, I always do it on the like I try and do it on Sundays, but I will say, I will tell them, hey, you know, I know you were really interested and you were really wanting to, you know, get some extra money for. Yes, it's a light, babe. You need to go in there and play because mommy's in a meeting. Please go. Thank you. I always tell them, you know, I know you were really interested, and you know, I know you wanted to think about it, or you wanted to talk to your husband about it, or you wanted to do some research, and I just wanted to follow up, and I don't want to keep bothering you if you're not interested anymore. And every time, like, there have maybe been a handful of people that have just flat out ignored me, and then I continue to follow up, and usually something happens. I've never had someone say, yeah, you are bothering me, and I'm not interested anymore. But when you put that word bother in there, they are rude if they don't answer you. Like, they're just rude. And a lot of times what they'll do is they'll say, no, you're not bothering me, but you'll figure out what their objection is. So they're just like, no, you're not bothering me, I just don't have the money yet. Or, no, you're not bothering me, but so-and-so is in the hospital and we've been busy and blah, blah, blah. So you figure out when you do that, they're giving you what their hesitation is. So whether it's let's just say money, because a lot of times it is that, you know, I don't have the money to sign up right now. So I have one of those right now. So I said, you know, I want to help. Like, I want to help you. Let me help you do a fundraiser. And then I offer them the Car Bar fundraiser, Scent Circle fundraiser, Buddy Clip fundraisers, just because those are easier for them and they're easier for me. And they're easier for everybody. So then I offer that, and I'm like, you know, if you just sell 20 Buddy Clips, you will have the $100 that you need to sign up. Now, here's the thing. Some people think that that is considered bonus buying, and it's not, and here's why. When you do a fundraiser, you can do a fundraiser for anyone. The only thing is you can't say, hey, you have to use this money to join. Like, I'm not going to give it to you unless you join. No, you can't do that. You have to give them the money and, you know, hope that they join your team, but they don't have to, and you can't ask for that money back if they don't. So I do make that very clear when I am doing those fundraisers that, you know, this is yours to do. If you want to join and that's something that you really want to do, then you can do that. But it's up to you. You can't force them to do that. So, Justine, for your question, the best way to approach new recruits is just to figure out what it is that Cincy can do for them. How is it going to benefit them and their life and their families? and what is it? How's it going to help them?
Come here now.
So
Come here. Okay.
Chauncey had some pretty difficult woman that I guess was the expert and had a PhD with essential oils. Let's see if there's anything else.
Mommy. Mommy.
Chivo, can you get him, please? Go in there with your daddy. Go with your daddy. All right, let me look at the Q&A box and see if there's anything out there. Nothing on there. All right. Let me check the team page. Okay, so I don't see anything else. So now we are coming towards the end of the call. Something was just posted. Oh yeah, so Leanne says, thanks for clearing up about the fundraisers. So yes. There's another one. Oh, yep, no problem. So another thing before in closing, I am going to kind of challenge you guys on a couple of things. Right, so okay, so here's a comment. Chauncey said, if they choose to use the fundraiser money, if they choose not to use the money to sign up, at least they got you some more customers, which is totally true. And that may be, you know, like a conversation that you have with those people is if they say, you know, I don't know if I would have that many people to sell to, or nobody's going to buy from me. You could say, well, you just sold 20 packs of such and such. So what makes you think that those people won't buy from you? Because people are going to buy stuff, and the only way they can get more is if they come to you. So I think that you would be good. All right, so in closing, I got a couple challenges for you guys. For those of you that are local, I really want to set up a paint date. I know we've talked about this in the past, but I think it's really vital that we can connect. For those of us that are local, just because we're local and we can, and we have that opportunity to do that, I think that would be really fun. If you want to go, you know, let me know. It does cost money, but they do provide all of your supplies, and it's a BYOB, so bring your own beer, booze, or whatever you want to call it. What I'm going to be doing this week, and my first couple days of the week have been quite crazy, and especially just from coming back from Idaho. But I want to make a dream board. So for those of you that don't know what a dream board is, I'm going to find, like, there are plenty of people that have made them and posted them on Facebook and probably Google and everything like that, but I haven't even looked. But I really have had a lot of reflection over the last week and a half, 2 weeks, of what it is that I really want for my business. And they always say that if you don't have a goal and you don't know what you want, then you don't know where you're going. And I think that's so true. And if we want something bad enough, John O'Leary said this at Leadership. He says, if you want something bad enough and your reason and your why is strong enough, then you're going to have the how is not even going to be, like, you will figure it out as you go. So I think that that is really important. And I've never done a dream board, and I've always had these goals in my mind of what it is that I wanted and things like that, and promotions that I wanted, but I didn't ever know. I knew why, but I didn't know why it was important to me. So, you know, for so long, you know, in the beginning, I worked really hard and I wanted to be director so bad, but I really didn't know why that was so important to me. And then when I got it, I was just kind of like, okay, now I got it, and now what? But it wasn't, it was just kind of like I wanted to get there, and it was really weird. So I want to make dream boards to figure out what it is that I have that I want achievable. And it doesn't even have to be, you know, materialistic things. You can put on there a group of friends, and that just be, you know, representing the fact that you want to have more socialization with other women and moms and things like that. So I'm going to be making a dream board, and I'm going to challenge you all to make a dream board and post it on our team Facebook page and on your personal page. And there just may be some type of prize. I don't know. So make a dream board. Another thing, because we are in the season that we are in, we have a brand new catalog. We have the harvest and the holiday flyers out that, you know, we have some pretty amazing products at our fingertips that we have to offer people. And I think it's just, this is such a perfect time for those people that are even slightly interested that we are approaching them right now. So I'm going to challenge you guys to make 10 possibility packets. And if you guys are in my new focus group, for those of you that are really wanting to grow, that is one of the requirements, and to make 10 possibility packets and samples to give out throughout the month. So you may ask, what's in a possibility packet? And you can buy these folders in the Cincy Family Store. So these are the old ones. But you can put your information in there. So for those of you that don't have personalized join brochures, which I do, and they're right here. These are on our team page. Oh, wrong side, upside down. So I put those in there, but if you don't have those and you just have what came in your Cincy box with your starter kit, you can use these. Make sure your label is on everything. So inside the folder, there is a place for a business card. I don't know if you can see that. That's kind of hard. But you can put your business card, but I would also label it too, just in case it gets misplaced. Label your wide shoes, and then the host brochure, make sure you label that. I put my referral cards in there, and then I put a catalog, because I'm not just handing these recruiting packets or possibility packets to anyone. Like, I have to have a genuine conversation with these people to give them that. But there's samples, a sample of wax, and then I put a sample of washer whiffs in there, and the catalog, and I put my join brochure because it's got my story in it. And I think it's really important for people to connect with you on a personal level. And if you don't have a join brochure, you can always just print it out. I mean, write up a Word document or put it in a trifold brochure, or, you know, whatever it is that you want to do and you feel comfortable doing. But make sure your story's out there so that they can connect with you on a personal level. And if you don't want to buy these folders, that's fine. The other thing that I used to do before, since he started making those, was I would buy really bright colored folders. And I know I still have some, but I'm not going to go get them. But like super bright. So pinks, like neon pinks, oranges and greens and stuff like that. So that when I gave them to people, then when they put it on their counter and they look at all the rubbish, they're going to know, oh, that's that Cincy folder, and they're not going to throw it away because it's going to catch their eye. But if it was just like a regular color, white, black, you know, a boring color, then they are probably going to lose it. So Leanne says, how about the 10 reasons why to join? So on my join brochure, I guess I should go over that a little bit. I've got the top 10 reasons to join on the back of it. So in my little brochure, I always put, sorry guys, my nose is like super itchy. I always have a picture of my family and my name and things like that. That way, again, it makes it somewhat personal. And then I've got some more pictures in there. I've got my story in there. I got over here, right over here, the Cincy expansion. So it kind of talks a little bit about Velada just in case, you know, Cincy's not their thing, but maybe food is. So it's got that. The opportunity is over here. And then in the middle, I have my life, and which is my family, and then travel. And this is a picture of me and my husband in the Bahamas. So here I've got a little quote by Zig Ziglar. And he says, if you wait until all the lights are green before you leave home, you'll never get started on the trip to the top. So I thought that was a really cute quote to put in there. And then I put a little fun picture of me and some crazy Cincy ladies that you guys might recognize from Cincy Family Reunion in St. Louis. So for those of you that don't know Barb, she's the crazy lady that is on your left or right, the one that's not me. And then the middle gal is Victoria. And so I have that on there just because it makes it look fun. And honestly, guys, Cincy is fun. We have some amazing people in our organization, and you can make it just as, it's just so fun. Okay, so we have some questions over here. I explained that all is needs is one party even every 3 months. So 150 PRV every 3 months in order to stay active. Why she hosted a party and she is signing up. Oh, well, that is super cool because that's just super cool, especially if she hosted a party and had a good party, then you know she's going to have at least customers that she can follow up with to get new orders. So that's really cool, Justine. 10 reasons, we talked about that. Last night I asked Possible what her fear was, and it was exactly that. She had no one to sell to. And if that's the same one that you're talking about, if she had a party and had some orders, then she will have people to order from. So let me check the team page really quick. Okay, so I think that's all good. Post on social media wise. Okay, so another thing I think is people are attracted to fun. And we learned about this at boot camp. So I don't know if you guys seen that video, but they played it for us at boot camp about, they did some experiment. They called it the fun factor theory, I think. I think that was what they called it. But basically, Volkswagen had did this experiment and was asking, you know, like if you want people to be attracted to something and do something, that if we made it fun, if it would change their behavior. So there was a video that I seen on Facebook a couple months ago, and then they played it there, so it was really quite interesting. But do you guys remember when they had that video of there was stairs and an escalator, and it was like in a subway or something, and everybody, like almost everybody, was taking the escalators, and everybody was taking the escalators. But then Barb said she gives you hugs.
Hi, Barb.
So then what they did was they took the stairs and put like all these wires and stuff and made it a piano. And so like every time someone stepped on the step,
Hi, Barb.
okay, leave it alone.
Doris.
Yeah, Barb can hear you. Leave it alone. So they wired it and made it a piano, and they said they measured it, and 66% more people took the stairs when they made it fun and put that piano on there versus the escalator.
Mom, can I put on this chart? Can you open this chart for me?
No, I can't.
Why?
Oh, yep. So Barb just posted it on our team page, the fun theory. So if you want to attract people to your business, and I think something that is really vital is that you are letting them know that you are having fun. And don't go out there and lie and say, oh my God, I am having so much fun, but be genuine about it. And, you know, let them know why, you know, it makes you feel good and things like that. And I think that you may get, even if people like it and you get bumped up in the news feeds of your other friends, so that they can, you know, see that you are enjoying it and that you love it. And, you know, show them when you get an order and you have everything out and you're separating everything. Take a picture of the mess and say, you know, I really love when my orders come in, you know, I get to smell all this new stuff and my house smells good and things like that. And just see, you know, they're like, oh, I see a warmer I like, or, you know, something like that, or something. But if you post on social media, like that picture that I put of, I just totally lost my train of thought, guys. What picture did I put up? Oh, on my join brochure of me, Barb, and Victoria just acting silly. Like, that's just fun. People are attracted to that. And, you know, when we go to those events, they honestly are the time of our, like, that is so much fun to me. People don't get that every day. And when you create that community of people, then people are going to want to be a part of it. Gracie. Barb says, watch me whip, watch me nay-nay. Barb says, watch me whip and watch me nay-nay. Well, you come tell her.
Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay.
She can't see you. Now she can. Stand
Watch me whip, watch me nay-nay.
Craziness. Okay, let's see if there's anything out there. Team page. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Let me go check the chat box. Nothing is over there.
Mom, I'm making the sun. I'm making a sunflower. Yeah, I'm making a sunflower. See? See?
Mm-hmm. All right, so I don't see anything. So if you guys don't have any questions, then I'm going to let you guys go. Just think about, you know, what we talked about and serving our customers better and being better for them following up.
Hi, Barb.
I'm going to slap you. Don't be rude.
See you later, Barb.
What you can do is to follow up. I mean, even just simple things of just calling, like make it a point to call, you know, a couple people a day, 3 people a day, and just say, hey, you know, how are things going? Is there anything that I can do for you? Do you need light bulbs? Even if you just call and see how they're doing, just to be a friend. Like I said, they're not going to be rude and not say anything back. So Justine asked, is anyone hosting parties in December? So I am. Yeah. Leanne says she is too. Yeah, I don't stop. And especially the thing is, Cincy is really awesome. And I know you haven't been because you're just here from New Zealand since March. Cincy will give us a deadline. So they will say, you can order. And I think last year for the US at least, we had until like what was it? The 18th? I think it was like the 18th or something like that. That they would guarantee shipping before Christmas. So when it gets closer to the Christmas and things like that, they will tell us. They usually post it on the news tab, but it'll be everywhere anyways. But they'll say, we are guaranteeing orders up until this date for holiday shipping. Yes. So Kim says U.S. shipping will be probably a lot easier than Region 3. Yes, it will. And it will probably be a tad bit, we will probably have a little bit longer because it's not as far to ship. However, you guys will still be given that heads up of when the last day is for guaranteed shipping. All right. So now we have some questions coming in on the team page. Find out what they think is a order by time frame. So Kim, they typically don't give us that information until it's closer to time, just so that they can kind of see, they can forecast that and figure out what is popular and what the shipping time looks like, the turnaround. So they usually let us know sometime in November, towards the last couple weeks of November, they will let us know. But as of right now, there has not been an ETA of when we will be able, the last day for guaranteed Christmas shopping or shipping will be available. Oh, Kim's not on the call. She's just stalking while she's at work. That's funny. All right. All right. So if there are not any more questions, I will let you guys know. Just always make sure you're checking your news tabs and things like that for those updates. But I appreciate everyone for coming. I've been having a lot of one-on-one calls with you guys lately. For those of you that actually want it, if you want it, please message me, because again, this is your business and you have to make that initiative and show me that you are invested in your own business before anything else. So if you have any questions, just let me know. I'll see you guys later, and I love you all. You guys are great and awesome, and we appreciate, our family appreciates you guys so much, because you are what makes us thrive. So let me make sure that wasn't a question that just came through. Okay. So again, I'll talk to you guys later. I love you, and let me know if you have any questions, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Next month, for those of you that don't want one-on-one calls. So we'll see you on the team page too. So, all right, guys. Bye.